Good evening, I'm William Pace. Thanks for tuning us in tonight. Earlier this month, I was inducted into the Optimist Club. It was a very special day and was attended by many people during their weekly noon luncheon at the Navy Pier golf course. I invited Greg Griffin on the program today to tell us about their annual Christmas tree sale. I want to know more about this, Greg. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Glad to be here with you, Will.
Now, as we know, the Optimist Club does a lot of work to help the youth in our area, and which I immediately became excited about being a part of this program, because I really think that the youth is our future, and we have to invest in our youth. And so the Christmas tree sale that you have is an annual event, and I think this year it is the 52nd.
That's right.
Year.
52nd year.
Wow. And so tell us a little bit, how did this event start?
That's a great question. So the Centerville Noon Optimist Club was founded in 1968. About 40 members started the club. We are now over 300 members. We are the largest Optimist club in the world.
Wow.
Which is something, because there are 2,500 Optimist clubs all over the world, and we're number one.
Right here in Ohio.
Right here in Centerville, Ohio, so we're very proud of that. The Christmas tree lot was our first fundraiser. We started it in 1968. It'll be our 52nd year this year. And we sell approximately 1,000 Christmas trees in a period of roughly 14 to 17 days, depending on how the calendar falls, at Christmas time. And it's one of the three major fundraisers that we have that supports all the things we do for kids in the community, all the free things we do for kids, donations we make to schools, libraries, scholarships, things like that. That's how we raise those funds to distribute those gifts to those folks.
Oh, I love this, because this is a wonderful opportunity for people to, have a Christmas tree, and it's twofold, because everybody needs a Christmas tree, and the money goes to help our youth. So you can't lose.
It's really interesting. I'm actually the co-chair. I've been the co-chair of that committee for the Christmas tree lot this year, and the community totally understands who we are, what we do. So what's kind of fun is we're under the third generation now of families who have come to get a tree from our tree lot.
Wow.
We have folks who come on the lot and say, my grandfather came and bought a tree here, and then my dad, and now me. So the community totally understands, that it's a fundraiser, and very, very supportive of this, the Christmas tree lot that we have every year. It's a family tradition for them.
And it truly is a family tradition, because I noticed in one of the pictures you sent me, there was this little toddler, little boy, in a little car, had a little miniature Christmas tree on top of the car.
Yes.
And I thought that was really, really special. But not only Christmas trees do you sell, you sell wreaths and fresh door sprays, fresh pines, and roping, and all of that.
We do, actually. We sell quite a variety of Christmas trees, different species. In addition to that, as you mentioned, we sell a lot of the accessories. Wreaths are very popular. Door sprays are. We sell Christmas tree stands to put the tree in. They're really nice stands too, because some of these trees are pretty big. We actually have the best selection in the community of large Christmas trees, 10 foot, some as tall as 12. So we have folks who actually call us before Thanksgiving. We open the day after Thanksgiving. They'll call us and say, can I come to the tree lot Friday morning and pick up my tree? Because they know that those are, there's a limited supply of those. But we kind of try to have everything that everyone needs when they pick out their tree. And we also offer tree delivery too for some of those big ones.
Okay, because I know a lot of people are out there listening right now.
Yes.
So if they wanted to support the Optimist Club and they wanted to order a Christmas tree, what should they do?
It's actually pretty simple. Our Christmas tree lot is located behind the Bureau of Motor Vehicles in Centerville, at the corner of Spring Valley and Officer John P. Calaman Way, right kind of in the center of Centerville, if you think about it. And we will open the day after Thanksgiving at 9 a.m. That's going to be November 29th. And it's worth noting this year, come early to get your tree because the selling season this year is very short. Thanksgiving is the latest it can possibly be this year. November 28th is the latest date for Thanksgiving holiday. So we will open on November 29th at 9 a.m. We will sell till we sell out. We think that's going to be about 14 days. We think with Christmas coming up so quickly, people will get into the tree lot quickly and that they will want to select their Christmas tree. So come on our tree lot. We have everyone's a volunteer. We don't pay anybody. Everyone's a volunteer. They'll help you select a tree. They'll remove the tree from the peg that it's on. We'll put a fresh cut on it for you. We'll put it on top of your car and tie it down, or we'll deliver it for you. So it's pretty easy to do.
So yeah, it's easy to support.
It is.
You don't have to even show up. You can just order it and it'll be delivered.
Actually, we don't have the ability to order it. We actually have to. You have to come on the tree lot to get it.
You have to come on the tree.
Because it's such a personal thing to pick out a tree. People are, they're really fussy about what they want their tree to look like.
It is. But tell us a little bit about, there's different kinds of evergreen trees.
There's actually very many species. So the kinds that we have, I'll start with what we call the Cadillac tree, which is the Fraser fir. Cadillac tree, and I drive a Cadillac. The Fraser fir is really a nice tree. It's got short needles, very soft needles. It's the one that we sell by far the most of. And then we also have Scotch pines, we have white pines, we have Douglas firs, and I believe that is it. Now what's worth noting is there's actually been a Christmas tree shortage for the last couple of years. And it actually started back in 2008 when we had the Great Recession, where growers weren't planting trees, and we're starting to feel that now 11 years later, because that's about how long it takes to grow a tree. Luckily for us, we source our trees from two growers, one in North Carolina, one in Michigan. They again totally understand who we are. They're very supportive. So we were able to get our full order of trees that we requested this year, which is a little bit of a chore lately because trees are in short supply.
Now, do you sell accessories as well, like maybe ornaments and?
We actually do. We created and interesting that you say that. A couple of years ago, because a person made a remark to me that this is a family tradition, we thought we should have an Optimist Christmas ornament to put on that tree.
I love it. I love it.
So we created one, and in our wisdom, we thought about this. My wife Evelyn designed it. We thought about, should we put a year on it? We said no. Let's make it just Optimist, and it's got an image of children with their hands raised. It's very nice, and we've sold that for a couple of years now, and people really enjoyed it, especially if they tell us they've come in year after year. We say, would you like to have an ornament? It's $8. It's very minimal cost, and they like it. So it makes a nice add-on for their tree.
For the viewers out there, give us an email address or a website where they can get more information.
Best way to contact us, it's pretty easy. It's www, all one word, CentervilleNoonOptimist.com. You can use .org. We have both domain names. But if you go to our website, you'll see all about our club, and there's a Contact Us tab, and you can fill in your name and your address and your email or your phone number, and we'll reach out to you. We get quite a few folks contact us from the website.
Wonderful, wonderful. And lastly, I want to talk about the Tuesday noon luncheon, and so that we can invite people to come and learn more about the Centerville Optimist Club.
Thanks for mentioning that. Our club meets every Tuesday at noon at Yankee Trace Golf Course Clubhouse. We have a 1-hour meeting from 12 to 1. It includes lunch. We love to have guests. You can literally just come and be our guest. And I will candidly say, years ago someone invited me and I turned them down because I felt like I was mooching getting a free lunch. I didn't realize we really want the community to be exposed to our club because it's a wonderful organization. So
it truly is a wonderful organization.
Thank you.
And the number of people that were there when I was inducted that day in the room, it was, and from a cross section of people, different walks and professions.
Absolutely.
And so supportive, and it's just a great group of people to be with.
And it's an optimistic way to have a Tuesday. Tuesday's a good day for a dose of optimism. As you saw at the meeting when you were there, we have lots of fun. We try to run it really tightly to 1 hour. We're very respectful folks might be on their lunch hour, so we don't want to make it too long. We also have another group called Optimist 2.0 that's the same club, but they meet the third Thursday of every month at a different venue in the Centerville area.
Evening. That's in the
Correct.
evening.
It's from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And we sort of target that at a working, maybe younger demographic, someone who has a pretty busy schedule, can't get away at noon. And that's been very, very successful. It's considered the model in Optimist International for what we call club within a club.
So there's many opportunities to
There are.
participate.
There are.
Thank you so much for coming on
Thank
today,
you, Will,
Mr.
for having me.
Grigg.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. There's more to come on the William Pace Show. Stay with us.
You'll have the time of your life. I saw a man, he danced with his wife.
Good evening, I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in. The number of mass shootings incidents in the United States continues to rise in 2019. According to the data from the Gun Violence Archive, a total of 279 mass shootings incidents have occurred and still continue to occur. A quarter of those deaths came at the end of August in a back-to-back shootings at an El Paso Walmart where 22 people were killed, and then less than 14 hours in downtown Dayton, Ohio, when a gunman opened fire and killed 9 people. My guest this evening is the former mayor of Dayton, Gary Leitzell. Thanks so much for being on the program tonight.
Well, thank you for having me again.
You know, I'm really concerned about this gun violence, and when it happens in the city where you live, then it's really very upfront and close. You have a front row seat to it. And I'm wondering today, what can we do as citizens to work towards ending gun violence?
Well, that's really in the hands of the elected leaders, I guess, at a state level here in Ohio. And if I were still mayor, rather than challenging, I'm going to challenge the Republican governor or the Democratic governor, whatever, you need to find the people with the most influence to make the change and really support them, saying, hey, here's what I think you could do, and you're the guy that should do it, and I will back you 100% and keep my name out of it. So although I did this a lot as the mayor of Dayton, I was the idea guy, but I kept behind the scenes because I didn't want to make the change political. So it's been good that our current mayor went to Governor DeWine, but she should have gone also to the state Republican legislators and said, this is something that you Republicans need to do, and I'll keep the Democrats at bay. And if I really want the change, you are the ones that have to do it, and we have to support it. So we will quietly support it and not make an issue. Please make the change. I don't see that happening in today's political arena because you've got R's versus D's, and it seems like our generation's goal is to stop the other side from achieving anything.
It does seem that way. It seems like the Republicans is blah, 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 and the Democrats blah, 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 and nothing gets done.
Right, or if it gets done, it gets changed the next time there's a change in leadership. And it's wrong. I mean, I guess what our political leaders have to understand is the word compromise. What pain are you willing to accept in order to get this achieved?
To get something
Right.
accomplished, because if the one side is so bent on it's going to be this way and the other side this way, then nothing ever gets done.
Right. I mean, I made a comment years ago when I was mayor. I was in Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and they asked the question about gun control. I think the Obama administration had just done something with regards to gun control, and I just made the comment, and it made the news, certain people shouldn't get hold of certain guns, was my comment.
I would concur.
Right.
Particularly if they have had a history, as we know from the gentleman that shot the 9 people here in Dayton. There were signs, there were warning signs before, and all through high school and even after high school. and that he should not, you know, be able to operate a gun.
Right. Well, the only problem then is if somebody wants a gun, they'll get a gun. And he was one of those cases where his friend or something was got the vest for him and the ammunition without his parents' knowledge.
But there were signs that the person mentally was not equipped to have that.
Should not have had a gun at all.
Yes.
Right. Right. No, I agree.
There were signs.
So they're discussing red flag laws now in Ohio. You know, I guess an issue I would have regarding red flag laws and confiscation of guns is if you confiscate someone's gun because they shouldn't have it, you should auction it and pay him what you got for it. I mean, this was one of the things that we had a Revolutionary War over, was government seizure of property, mainly real estate. You know, the government cannot take your house without compensating you for a fair market value. And I've had this discussion with my wife. If you're going to come and take my guns, you need to compensate me for them because it has value. Even if you have a police auction and you auction the stuff off and pay me what you received for it, less fees or whatever.
That seems fair.
It would be. It would be. And I think these are the sort of things that hold up legislation, because the gun lobbyists are going to say, well, you can't just come and take my guns because they have value, and there are some people that have lots of guns. They collect them. I mean, they are
an investment, so to speak.
I mean, I'm a gun owner, but I don't have a lot of guns. I have a CCW permit, so I'm not worried about Dayton. I'm worried about when I travel elsewhere. And I remember when I was mayor, I never dreamed that a gunman would open fire in Dayton.
You know, I think we all are still reeling and grieving that this came so close to our community, and that many of us, many times I've been out at night and come through the Oregon District. You know, innocent people just driving through the Oregon District could have been shot. And thank God that they were able to, because there was enough ammunition that could have taken out, I hear, 200 people, and that they were able to take him down in 30 seconds.
You have to commend the Dayton Police Force for that. I mean, they
you
ran,
bet.
Everyone's running away, they ran towards and took care of the situation. So.
You bet, you bet. You know, gun violence is happening. There's no place where you can be safe from it, because it can happen in a department store. It happens in our schools. It happens, you know, at different places. But speaking of schools, there's a lot of talk today that equipping school teachers and school administrators with guns. Do you think that should be?
You know, we homeschooled my daughter until she was 11, and then we put her in Dayton Early College Academy, and my comment was, you should never have to go through a metal detector to go to school.
Amen to that.
And so, which is why we never put her in the public school system initially as a young child. And I don't think arming teachers is a solution. Most schools have some kind of security system where you have to go through a door and pass through. The kids, I mean, I don't know. That's a tough call. But kids shouldn't be taking guns to school. I mean, I grew up in England. We didn't have guns over there. I did reenacting, and I had to have a license to own a matchlock musket. And you have to have shotgun licenses and stuff over there. Maybe there are ways that you can increase licensure for certain types of weapons. I've always said that, you know, there's no reason why anyone should have an assault rifle, because it's not a hunting gun. I mean, if you have a hunting rifle, self-defense weapon, and a shotgun or something, you should be fine in your own home. I did read something that was interesting. The Japanese, after bombing Pearl Harbor, apparently could have invaded the United States, but they didn't, because so many people own hunting rifles in this country. And so it would have been, and I think that may be one of the reasons why the federal government doesn't do anything. America will never be invaded as long as people have access to weapons at home.
So pros and cons.
Right, and I think these are the things that people have to discuss at the federal level when they talk about gun control and things don't get done. But again, I think you really, the Democrats need to force the Republicans to get all the credit to change the laws, and then they just have to sit back and smile because they influenced the change that they want instead of going public and shouting and demonstrating. I mean, there are ways to get things done. And we only have a few seconds left, William. Here's a gift for you.
A gift for me?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Oh,
I know
cufflinks.
I know you like cufflinks.
I love it. I love it. Not only one, two. Oh,
Some of them are very
the
old.
one with the W on it. This is the one I like. The one with the W on it. Let me take this out of here if I can before we. Well, anyway, I'll wear it next time, and you can see it in person. Thank you so much. I always call you Mayor because you know when you were in office, you appointed me as publicly as son to the mayor. So just out of respect, I always call you Mayor. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, William.